And here it is, the TK Pro. This is Mooncool's premium Delta style electric tricycle. Believe it or not, Mooncool has 5 different electric tricycles in their lineup. This is the most expensive option. So what are you getting when you opt for the Pro model? Well, we can start with motor power and range. You're gonna get the most powerful motor. This is a 750 watt motor. It peaks at double that, and it has an impressive 85 Newton meters of torque. And then right behind the seat post is a 20 amp hour battery. Mooncool advertises a range of around 45 to 75 miles. This is also their most comfortable and accessible option thanks to the seat and the backrest. And then also it has the standover height that's impressively low. I mean, this measures out at just around 1 foot. So that makes this very easy to step over. And then you also get upgraded brake levers. These brake levers are from Star Union and they have built-in parking brakes. Just flip this lever and then they ratchet shut. Then lastly, and most important to me, this is going to have the most natural pedaling experience because this has a torque sensor. A lot of times electric tricycles are single speed, but this comes with a 6-speed Shimano Sys Index thumb shifter. And that's paired with a Shimano Tourney derailleur, which makes this tricycle more adaptable to various terrains. So in this review, we'll answer the question, are those upgrades worth the extra money? We'll also walk around the tricycle to take an up-close look at all the components. We'll test the handling in this parking lot and take it to the road to see how it performs. And then we'll wrap things up with the pros and cons and my overall thoughts. But before all that, let's take a closer look. Mooncool's an interesting company, and you can tell they're dedicated to the electric trike market because they have more electric tricycles in their lineup than electric bicycles. Usually it's the other way around. Now they are a mostly direct-to-consumer brand. What does that mean? Well, it's a mostly online experience, so you get the bike shipped to you. You're going to have to do some assembly. What's nice about a folding style electric tricycle is that it does arrive mostly assembled. It does look like they are trying to build a dealership network though. If you go on their website, they currently have 30 bike shops partnered with their network. So if you're lucky enough to live close to one of those bike shops, you may be able to test ride this, buy fully assembled, get expert advice, and have a point of contact for after sales service. Now, something that seems really consistent with their trike lineup is they send you with all the accessories you're really gonna need. A lot of trikes I see on the market do come with fenders. A lot come with the rear rack, but this also comes with their front rack and basket and a couple other thoughtful add-ons like this cargo net. And they even send you a bottle cage. So really everything you need right out of the box. Another thing that I think is unique to Mooncool is they offer 6 different color options on this. And those are burgundy, lake blue, and blue haze, which you see here. You can also get it in lavender, amber, orange, and silver. This has an advertised weight of 90.4 pounds. I had a suspicion that weight was without the accessories and the battery, so I went ahead and weighed it on our scale. And with everything on it and the battery, it comes in at just under 105 pounds. So yes, this is very heavy. I mentioned that standover height of right around 1 foot. Now this fits riders from 5 foot all the way up to 6'3". I am 6'1" with a 33-inch inseam. I can get full leg extension. I also had my wife Chesney, who's 5'4", hop on this, and she was able to get a comfortable fit as well. All right, time to give this trike a fold. I'm gonna start by shedding some weight. Next, I'm gonna take the front wheel off. This is a plastic protector that came on the metal stand right here because it does protect the paint. So I'll just pop that on the stand. And this has the quick release, so let's go ahead and take this tire off. Now that the tire's off, one really important note, do not squeeze on the front brake lever. That is going to squeeze the pistons together and you're not gonna be able to fit the rotor on when you put the wheel back on. Now let's release the frame here. And keep an eye on where the pedals are so you don't scratch up your frame. I'm going to use the handlebars to help me fold it the rest of the way and brace with my leg. Next, let's fold the handlebars and make sure that when you fold it, you're being careful with these cables. And there we go, we have a fully folded tricycle. This is heavy, so I don't want to pick it up until the last moment. And one tip for moving this around when it's folded, you can grab it from the handle here and just roll it on the 2 back wheels. Just make sure not to roll it backwards because the pedals will spin and hit your frame. And if you're wondering if this will fit through an exterior door, let's take a quick measurement of the wheel spacing here. Looks like just about 29 inches. So I'd have no problem fitting it through my front door. All right, let's take an up close look at all the components and see what we're working with. Starting with the brakes, Star Union 2-piston hydraulic disc brakes with 180mm rotors. And then on the back, we have the same setup. The tires are CST Patrol. They are 20 by 3 inches. They do have a knobby tread, so we'll ride it on some gravel to test that out. We have the same tires on the back and the bolts under this rubber cover. It does have a coil suspension fork to smooth out bumps. You can adjust the preload here. Then you have lockout on the other side. Then you have the paint matched metal fenders that are included on the front and the back. Then you have the included basket and rack. That rack has a max weight capacity of 13 kilograms, which is just shy of 30 pounds. It also comes with a nice integrated lighting package. So a nice bright headlight on the front. Then you have 2 running lights on both of the fenders. You have a tail light on the back here. Those are all brake actuated, so they will brighten when you brake. And then this light underneath the cargo cage also has turn signals. Inside of this headlight is actually a horn, which you trigger right here, headphone warning. Now this is a folding trike, so this is where you fold the handlebars. You just lift up on the silver lever here and pull out, and then they fall down to the side like that. The handlebar height is adjustable. It telescopes. You can have it nice and low. That is the minimum insertion point, so don't go past that. It has high-rise handlebars, and on those handlebars we have those Star Union hydraulic disc brake levers. They do have a motor cutoff and those parking brakes I showed you earlier. Then you have rubber grips. And this style of shifter allows for a twist grip throttle. You have a 6-button control panel, up and down for your pedal assist levels, left and right for your turn signals. Up top is your power button, and on the bottom is your information button. Then we have the color LCD display. At the top of the screen we have battery readout with percentage. Front and center we have speed. Down below we have our pedal assist levels. 0 pedal assist and the throttle will be turned off, but then you have 5 levels to work with. The BR at the bottom is indicating the parking brake is on, so let's take that off. There we go. Then this bottom button here will let you cycle through some information. We have trip mileage, the odometer, trip time, how many watts you're pulling, the max speed, the average speed. Then we're back to the start. To turn on the lights, hold the pedal assist up button. To operate the turn signals, press the left and right button. There's a small indicator right here and right here. And then this does have a walk mode. Just hold pedal assist down for a couple seconds. And then there are additional settings. Hold pedal assist up and down at the same time. First setting is trip clear. In order to go to the next setting, press the bottom button here. This does have a sensor for automatic lighting, and this lets you calibrate that. So 1 would be less sensitive and 5 would be most sensitive. We'll leave it at 3. Then you can adjust the screen's backlighting with 5 levels to work with. Then you have unit. You can switch between kilometers and miles per hour, and you can reset all the settings to the default settings here as well. Now, there are some settings that you won't find in the manual that are actually very helpful. If you hold this pedal assist up and down button again, it will open a new menu. So you can press up and down to navigate these settings. I'm not going to go through all of them, but the ones you're going to want to know about is SCA. This is going to let you change the pedal assist levels. So let's press the information button to go in, and you can have it between 0 and 3 pedal assist levels, or the default, which is 0 through 5. Now, if you do trim it back to 3 pedal assist levels, that is going to also cut down on the max speed. This has a max speed of 16 miles per hour, and in our view, that's a little bit fast for an electric tricycle. This will dial things back and simplify the pedal assist controls, and you'll hit a max speed of around 12 to 13 miles per hour. I'm going to keep it at the default settings for our testing though. Just hold the information button to select. The next setting you're going to want to know about is system. So let's go in here, hit the information button. I'm going to ignore this first screen. Let's go to the second. Now DRU, this is going to let you turn on and off the throttle or turn on and off the pedal assist. So if it's set to 0, then it is just a tricycle. It's no longer an electric trike. If you switch it to 1, you will have pedal assist, but you won't have the throttle. And then if you switch it to 2, you'll have pedal assist and the throttle. This is the default setting, so I'll keep it here. And then to get back home, hold this information button and it'll bring you back. And then underneath this display is a USB-C port, and this is for charging vacuum devices. I think it's a very nice touch that Mooncool added this in. However, this bottle cage only works with a couple different styles of water bottle. If you're looking for the ultimate water bottle solution, we do sell the best water bottle cage on the market. It's the ABC bottle cage. It's under 30 bucks. You should definitely check it out. Then we have the frame's folding latch. Just slide this up here and give it a pull, and then make sure it clicks. Then we have the vacuum seat with the backrest, and the backrest is adjustable. Comes with metal pedals with reflectors. Next, let's take a look at the 20 amp hour battery. Let's put the key in, turn it all the way to the left, and pull up out the window. It has a 4 LED readout on the top. Just push this button to quickly check your charge. The charging port is right here, and you do have access to it while it's on the trike, so you can charge this on or off the trike. And this battery was tested by SGS to UL2271 standards, and they tested the bike's electronics to UL2849 standards. Then they paired that 20 amp hour battery with a 3 amp charger, which means you can expect about a 6 to 7 hour charge time from empty. Let's pop the battery back on. Take note of these tabs. I'm gonna slide this down the window and line it up with the slots. Push down, and then put the key in, turn it all the way to the right, pull out. You do not need to ride with the key in the battery. Also in the box comes a product manual. Then you get the TK Pro manual. This does have the assembly instructions inside. And then they also send you with all the tools you'll need for assembly. And that does include this nice multi-tool. I actually used our toolkit to assemble this bike. This is one of my favorite new accessories we have at our shop. It comes with a little ratchet, an extension, a handle, and then all the bits you'll need for roadside maintenance. And then it comes with this mounting plate. You can fix it to your bike with the bottle mounts, or you can use silicone bands to strap it anywhere to the frame, and it just straps straight to that. So this tool comes in handy for me all the time, and it made assembling this tricycle very easy. Then right here is the rear differential. That lets both wheels rotate independently. It makes it possible to take really tight turns. It helps with handling and stability. Basically lets you turn on a dime. So watch this tire, it's not going to even really move. And then right here we have Mooncool's rear hub motor, 750 watts, peaks at double that, 1500 watts with 85 Newton meters of torque, and that is paired with a torque sensor. Then in the back we have the Shimano tourney derailleur, 14 to 28 teeth on the rear cassette, and we have a plastic chain guard that leads up to the 38 tooth chainring. And that's it for all the components. Let's test out the handling in the parking lot and see what this thing can do. So I set up some cones in the parking lot here, and we're just going to test out the handling, see if we can't weave between these cones. Now, one safety thing we like to mention with these Delta style trikes is that they aren't as stable as you'd think. You want to be careful when you take a turn. So we recommend slowing way down when you take turns. I'll just show you right here. I'll pick up the tire just with a little turn. All right, we're gonna start things off on the road. We're gonna test out this throttle here. Now, the throttle is tied to each pedal assist level. When the pedal assist level is 0, you have no throttle. But let's quick cycle through these levels, see what the throttle speed is in each. So nice gentle takeoff. Looks like pedal assist level 1 will hold us at about 7.5 miles per hour. Let's boost it to 2. So just shy of 10 miles per hour in pedal assist level 2. All right, level 3 felt a nice burst there, and level 3 throttle max is 11.2. Pedal assist level 4 throttle speed 13. And pedal assist level 5 should boost us to 16 miles per hour. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're getting there. You can see the motor power on the screen here. And we're holding at about 15.5. We're hitting a hill. Oh wow, it didn't even falter. So this motor is probably the most powerful motor I've experienced on an electric tricycle. I will say that going straight, this is fine, but if I were to swerve at all, I'd be very nervous about going this fast. What's nice is you can restrict those pedal assist levels to just using 3, which I think is the most usable so far. Because yeah, pedal assist level 3 is holding us between 11 and 12. And we're gonna shift down to first gear here. Let's dial it back. I always like to see how hard these trikes are to pedal without any motor assistance. So first gear, very comfortable. And as I ease through, I'm in third gear. I'd say the first 3 gears are going to be great. Let's say the battery dies and you need to pedal this, very usable. And then I'd want some motor support going into 4th gear here. So now I'm in pedal assist level 1 and I'm in 1st gear. I'm going to see how responsive this torque sensor is. So pushing into the pedals, and I feel the motor scoop me up right away. Ooh, and we're already up to 6 miles per hour. I'm going to shift to 2nd gear here. There we go, 3rd gear. And that's a comfortable cadence. We are holding at 7.5. Let's go to pedal assist level 2. All right, need a shift up. There we go, holding just shy of 10 miles per hour. Pedal assist level 3, going up this hill. 4th gear, pedaling feels pretty good, maybe a little fast. I'm gonna shift up. I also wanna point something else out. We just hit 22.3 miles. Only 1 battery charge, we're at 82%, so I think that's really impressive. I haven't been going for efficiency. I've been using a lot of throttle, a lot of the higher pedal assist levels. All right, pedal assist level 4. Wow, that scooped me up. Let's go into 6th gear, and that's really comfortable too. So 6th gear, not pedaling too fast. Let's go into pedal assist level 5. I'll push in a little more. And we're still stopping shy of that 16 miles per hour, but I think that's just fine. Now, I mentioned before that trikes can be a little bit tippy, so the thing I always like to test out is how safe do I feel when we're going from the sidewalk to the road? Because whenever you're not flat, you are at risk of tipping, so I always do a little lean just to make sure I give a little counterweight to balance out. So far, I think the saddle is very comfortable. My wife does too. She was riding down the sidewalk and said she felt like the king of the sidewalk. And I just hit those railroad tracks over there, and this has the front suspension. I will say that I believe this is the same suspension that comes on the TK1. I'm not positive about that, but I appreciate the suspension is there. I wouldn't say it is a premium part though. We are just hitting our hill. We're gonna do a throttle only test all the way up the hill. This will just show us what the motor's actually capable of because it doesn't have any rider support. So far, it feels very strong, and we are slowing down to about 10.5 miles per hour. I believe that sound is the suspension, and I've just noticed that once you reach a certain speed that it hits this resonant frequency or something, and then it just kind of rattles. What's interesting is if I take my feet off the pedals, the rattle stops. I did have to tweak some things out of the box on this, and I've also seen some things online where people have to adjust the brake in the back or oil up the chain tensioner, and that's just on the left side of the trike near the back tire. And we reached the top of the hill. Looks like the minimum throttle speed was just around 10.5 miles per hour. I felt like that was very capable. Let's see how it feels pedaling. We're gonna head down. And as we go down, I'm going to test out the brakes as well. All right, and this is about the top speed of the bike, so we're going to test the brakes in 3, 2, 1, braking. That was a super solid braking performance. Didn't have to push into the levers too hard. All right, back to the bottom of the test hill. And I'm just going to work through these pedal assist levels really fast. I'm in 1st gear, pedal assist level 1. Just carrying along, putting in a moderate amount of effort, and we're holding just below 5 miles per hour. I don't want to shift up though, so I'm going to go to pedal assist level 2. All right, felt a good level of support, but I still like it in 1st gear, so let's go to pedal assist level 3. There we go. Now I feel some relief. I think I could shift up to 2nd gear. Let's go up to pedal assist level 4. All right, a nice big burst there. Now this is where I'm appreciating the extra pedal assist levels and that extra power. I'm gonna go to 3rd gear actually. And as the torque sensor feels more power going into the pedals, I'm getting a lot more support. All right, let's go to pedal assist level 5 and finish out this hill. All right, I'm in the top gear now. And I'm just kind of pushing in lightly into the pedals. Maybe feel a light burn in my legs. But we're going 12 miles per hour up the hill. So as expected, giving a little pedal support is going to boost that max climbing speed. Another thing, I'm pulling a lot of power, and what I really like is the motor is very quiet, so I'm not distracted by the motor and I'm getting a ton of support. So if you had any concerns about not having enough leg power in order to climb hills on this tricycle, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Very capable, and having the gears to be able to shift down to one and leverage those gears makes this a super pleasant pedaling experience. So trails like this, that moderate amount of tread plus the 3 points of contact, it feels pretty safe. Now I'm going faster than I'd recommend and trying some turns here, but a good amount of grip on the tires. That front suspension is keeping a lot of vibration out of my wrist, so I like that. All right, let's throw to some third-person riding footage and I'll give you the pros and cons and my overall thoughts.
There are more affordable trikes on the market now than ever before, so why spend the extra money on the TK Pro? The answer is the Pro isn't just a name, it represents a fundamental upgrade in the riding experience. You're paying for 3 key things. First, you're paying for sheer capability. This is where the Pro model really shines. It has a motor that peaks at an impressive 1500 watts, giving you the brute force needed to conquer steep hills, even when fully loaded. What's remarkable is how quiet the motor is for the amount of power it provides. That powerful motor is fed by a massive 20 amp hour battery, which delivers incredible real world range, and while getting the 75 mile max estimated range may be optimistic, 40 to 50 miles seems realistic. Second, you are paying for a smarter, more engaging ride. This comes from 2 key components working together. The Pro's torque sensor measures how hard you're actually pedaling and matches it with motor power, making the ride feel smooth and natural. This is a huge upgrade from the basic cadence sensors on their more affordable models, where you may feel like you are spinning your legs without a purpose and end up relying on the throttle. To make that torque sensor effective, you get a 6-speed Shimano derailleur. This is key for adapting to different riding situations, letting you downshift for more power on a steep hill, or shift up for speed on a flat road. It ensures your pedaling is always efficient and actually contributes to your momentum, turning the trike into a true partner, not just a powered scooter. And third, you are paying for superior comfort and accessibility. The Pro model comes with a large, comfortable vacuum foam seat with a backrest, making long rides pleasant. This is paired by the lowest standover height I've ever seen on an electric trike, which makes getting on and off incredibly easy and safe, especially for anyone with mobility concerns. These features together create a more premium and user-friendly physical experience. But even with all those upgrades, the Pro model has some trade-offs to consider. This is a beast at just under 105 pounds with all the accessories and the battery, and while that does contribute to the trike's stability, helping it feel grounded, it is a lot of weight to transport. Next, in my view, the suspension fork, while functional, is more of a basic component and at certain speeds can rattle a bit. And while assembly is very straightforward, it's worth noting you may experience some out-of-the-box noise. On our model, the rear brake and chain tensioner were a bit squeaky. Now, this isn't a quality flaw. With a simple brake caliper adjustment and some lubricant on the tensioner, the noise was completely gone. But it is something to be aware of. You may need to do some minor tweaking to get it running silently. So to answer the question one last time, why buy the Pro? You buy the Pro if you need its specific capabilities. If you live in a hilly area, need to haul heavy loads, need that extra accessibility, and want the most refined, intuitive, and safest riding experience Mooncool has to offer. Who should avoid it and maybe look for a more affordable Mooncool model or another brand entirely? Anyone who doesn't need that extra power or range or are not concerned about having an integrated pedaling experience. Ultimately, I think the Mooncool TK Pro delivers on its Pro promise, but I'd love to know what you think. Are the Pro features worth the extra cost to you? Let me know in the comments. Also, we don't have a lot of data on the buying experience from Mooncool, so if you have dealt with this company and you want to share with the community your experience, we would love to hear from you. And remember, if you think you're going to pick up a model from Mooncool and you want to support the channel, we do have that affiliate link down in the description. Using that when you go to make your purchase makes content like this possible, and it's free for you, and we thank you so much for that support. That's going to do it for this review. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.